We have to remember the names, and that is the role of the poet. We cannot forget we are losing generations through incarceration and through death and through oppressiveness in our society.
I'm here because I also think the struggle against racism and hate, that Black people should not be fighting this alone, and I'm here for that reason. I'm also the mother of a young Black woman who also goes out at night with her boyfriend, and I worry about them. I teach first and second and third graders too. And for me, I want to be more active. I want to be out on the streets screaming about these things, actually. I feel like as a younger woman I was, and now I feel like I don't really know when and where that's all happening. And I want to be able to make my voice as a voter, and I write letters and I sign a petition against the Confederate flag, but I really want a presence, I guess, on the street. To say, oh no, we are sick of this. And the only other thing I want to say is, I want to hold the media accountable for so much of the shit that we see and read. I'm on Instagram, and when I follow Michelle Obama and the president, I see images of young Black people graduating from Howard, and the First Lady stands in front of a full audience, and I think, how many white people ever see that image? And I'm angry that the portrayal of Black people in our society is skewed and racist, and so I don't know where I'm going with all this, but my heart is in this room.
Can I add something to your comment? Thank you. I will get up there and march with you, but 9 times out of 10, they will lock me up before they'll lock you up. Okay?
I am just so filled with gratitude for the poets coming tonight because, and I don't know if I said it right, but, where is that sweet dew of justice? I'll remember those words for a long time. Got it right, but anyway, and what kind of action to take. It's like finding one thing that your heart says you will put your everything into and do that. And if it's only signing a petition, or if it's putting yourself right in the middle of everything on the line, then, just anything. But anyway, I just wanted to go back and again thank the poets because the word, I just so believe in the inspiration of words, and I could just sense the power of that in this room, and the inspiration and the motivation and the insight and that kind of sense of determination to do what's right. And so I think that poetry taps to that essence, and I want to thank you. And, please continue on. Please. Thank you.
I want to thank all the poets and the people who attended today, but I also wanted to put a plug in for the No New Jim Crow Coalition. We're on Facebook, and you can keep up with our activities. One of the most recent ones we did was the Fremont Solstice Parade, and there were a lot of people in attendance, and we hope we planted some seeds and started a spark. But be sure to check out our banner, which is the School to Prison Pipeline. I'm going to have you guys just stand up. But this was our effort at art. I guess we're getting into more art now with the poets. But this is what led the parade. And then we had 3 other installments. We had a coffin with some of the faces of those who had been. We had, and we had a float with our circle of restorative transformative justice. So there's a lot to do, and we're running around, and we hope all of you will join us.
got a lot of emotions around this subject. Born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana, so no stranger to police brutality as well as massive incarceration. Seems like things all of a sudden took a turn for the worse, though. Pause real quick. Thank you all the wonderful poems. It was a brilliant article you read as well. I'm going to recite a poem, one that you all should know. It's by Langston Hughes, because it's just touching me right now. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat, or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load, or does it explode? Certainly feels like America's exploding right now. I have a son who is 25. He's buddies with my comrade over there, his sons. He's incarcerated right now. Smart kid, good kid. He was a star of his football team, went to prep school, went to junior college, and just kind of took a wrong path. You know, there was some stuff that he shouldn't have done, but I fear for, I think someone touched on this, his ability to sort of come back to society, right? You know, the voting laws in many states, just I think Michelle Alexander in her book talks about it, the X, right? You know, you got a mark, I have a felony, right? And then all of a sudden, recidivism just becomes almost a natural thing at that point, because you're locked out every opportunity. Certainly the approaches to take to solve this are many. I don't think there's one approach. Probably debatable as well in terms of which one's the most powerful. Actually, I'm going to sort of contradict myself. I don't think it's debatable in terms of which one's the most powerful. I think the most powerful one, and the gentleman in the hat spoke to this, is collectivism. Right, coming together. Right, if you look at all of the struggles that this nation has been through, you know, in its 200 plus years, they've all been solved, eradicated. You know, the needle's been moved when a group of folks from all walks of life have come together collectively. Right, you know, the mass incarceration is all about dollars. Right, you know, politicians, you know, they get their hands, you know, in the pot. Corporations, you know, help to fund these prisons. I think the collectivism, however, you know, the local vote as well as the national vote helps to put politicians in a spot that they fear the most. They might lose their office, right? So if people show up enough with the right agenda and say, hey, look, if you don't make these changes because the community wants these changes to happen, we're not voting for you. Then you see some stuff happen, right? I had a chance last night to see Bootsy Collins. I don't know if any of y'all were there. Bootsy closed it out. He said, it's official, family approved, one nation under a group. We're one nation, but we need to act like one nation.
Thank you for inviting me, because I am angry, I am hurt. To see my people being killed. I'm a descendant of a slave, and I feel like I need to do something, and that's why I'm here. And I don't know what it is that can be done, but I feel like we're going backwards. We're not moving forward as a people, as one, and I'm just glad to see every one of you here, because it gives me some kind of hope, because I'm just overwhelmed with everything that's going on. My main issue is the gun restrictions. I feel like we need more strict gun restrictions. And I'm always questioning, why do we allow one group to have so much power in regards to guns? As a people, I feel like if we all come together and petition and speak out, that we can change that. I mean, and so women's rights, voting restrictions. It's all about being empowered. Evil, like you mentioned, it's evil. Evil has taken over. And we, as a people, a God-fearing people, have to rise up and stand together. And I want to work with you all. If we come together, sign me up, because I'm ready to do something. I'm ready for a change.
I too shed tears, and I too pain, and I hurt too. But the enemy does not care, I found out, about my tears. He don't care about my pain. He don't care about my young black children. He don't care. And I cry and I wipe my tears and straighten up my back, get my mind together and plan what I'm going to do, what can I do. And I hope that as we sit here today, that we can come up with some method of, as a community, or communities. Years ago, the city sponsored we plucked community leaders from each section of the city, and we came together and organized. And you see Columbia City like it is today. They went around and counted all the houses, and then they told the people they wanted to be in that neighborhood, you know, they made low interest loans to them. And I sat at the table helpless, you know. But we can, if we can plan and organize ourselves as a community, the enemy don't like to see you organized intelligently. It's so white. So when you fight this enemy, you gotta wipe your tears and don't come out crying. And I'm not talking about violence. He does not like organization, because the enemy is always organizing. He's organizing right now. Planning. He might tear all this down and build a skyscraper here if you don't, you know, get involved as a community. I just feel strongly about that. Everybody in this room, I got emotions. My wife here will tell you, tears run down my cheeks sometimes about what I see happening to my people. And it's been going on for 500 years. And I'm just here to say I certainly wish I could become, again, a part of something that is going to stay organized, because the enemy of the people does not ever stop. Anytime you accomplish something you think you can stop, no, you can't. You got a new game, a new twist, you know. But anyway, I think that's about all I wanted to say. One of the reasons I wrote about these folks in this book here, they all, I watched every one of them fight this incredible struggle against racism and we call it Jim Crow, little segregation, little discrimination. And they fought it, they kept their heads up, they sent their kids to Grambling or Southern, you know. They were determined in their efforts quietly, you know, they fought. And in their case, out of fear, and the fear was real. You know, you really could die in Louisiana for doing what we're doing here today, coming together. And if you're white, they don't care about you either, where I grew up. You label for life if you caught in a room like this with me, talking about doing something to help the community, to help the children, you know, jail. And while we talked about New Orleans, I got a thing at home that talks about the incredible thing that's going on in New Orleans. 50% of the young children getting kicked out of schools, you know, over 50% of them going to jail. Destroyed, wiping out a generation. Literally worse than China, Russia, Vietnam, and all of those countries put together, and destroying.
The worst states in the country.
These gentlemen like guys who smoke cigars and meet on the golf courses, you know, they are destroying, and it's been going on a long time. And it's nice to meet, but if you're not serious about the battle, about the fight, it's a waste of time.
I want to thank all of you, and the poets really moved me. And I have this crazy idea that I got while I was sitting here. I've had a kind of a crazy day, because before I came here, guess who I listened to? The chief of police of Seattle. She was talking in the place where I live in. Yes, huh? Oh, Tools, right. And she was very good and very thoughtful. And I listened to her, and she's very open and receiving. And I, when it came to questions, I asked the question about the fact that there are lots of research that show that the police treat people of color differently than they treat whites. And what can you do about it? And she, talked around it and talked about community and all these things and everything. And but what she said, not an answer to that question, but she said how great the Seattle Police Department has become. After the federal government came in, blah, blah, blah. She said, even as we speak today, police from Baltimore have come. They were sent to the Seattle police to learn all the good things that we're doing. So the crazy idea I had when I listened to the poets is, and what we could do, and there isn't one thing. I mean, this thing is just too huge and too long and too. But one of the things I think that maybe would help would be to go to the chief of police, O'Toole. She talked about how open she is, and I would call her and to bring you and to tell her about you and the poems that you have written as a reflection of your life. This is real. This isn't statistics. This is real people. To come and you listen and see and hear. And if you do this, maybe you'll be able to do more to make this horror more go away.